Hey there. Today we're going to learn how to multiply fractions by whole numbers. And when I'm multiplying fractions by whole numbers, in this case, we'll do 7 times 4/5. I really am only going to multiply the whole number times the numerator, and the denominator is going to be left alone. And the reason that would apply is when I multiply a fraction, I really want to have two fractions to multiply. But since 7 is written as a whole number, I can rewrite 7 as 7 over 1. Any whole number can be rewritten as a fraction by adding a 1 in the denominator spot. So if I did 7 over 1 times 4/5, now all I'm simply doing is multiplying my numerators, and I would multiply my denominators, which if I'm multiplying by a whole number will always be 1. So my denominator here will never change. So if I multiplied 7 times 4, I end up with 28, and 1 times 5 leaves me with 5. Now here I have an improper fraction, so I'm going to want to change that into a mixed number, and I do that by dividing. 28 divided by 5, 5 goes into 28 5 times, with 3 left over. So I would rewrite that as a mixed number as 5 3/5. So my answer would be 5 3/5. Let's take a look at another example. In this case, I have 3 times 2/3. Again, I'm really just going to multiply my whole number times the numerator, because if I rewrote this as a fraction, it would be 3 over 1 times 2/3. And 3 times 2 gives me 6. And 1 times 3 gives me 3. So I have 6/3 as my answer. Since that's improper, I'm going to go ahead and change it into a mixed number by dividing. 3 goes into 6 2 times exactly with nothing left over. So I could say 2 0/3, but I really don't need to include that 0/3. I'm just going to write that as 2. So my answer would be 2 wholes. Let's do one more example. Here I have 4 times 6/7. Again, all I'm really doing is multiplying the whole number times the numerator. In this case, 4 times 6 gives me 24. And my denominator would stay the same. So 24/7 is improper. I would change that by dividing 24 and 7. 7 goes into 24 3 times. 3 times 7 is 21. And when I subtract, I also have a remainder of 3. So I would rewrite this as a mixed number of 3 3/7.